So, Mario Kart World. You know, the little album that came with more than half of the Nintendo Switch 2 sold. Oh, did I say album? Okay, good, because that's what I meant. You see, you're paying for an $110 album with the game as a music player. Makes perfect sense. I'm joking around, but I really do enjoy the music. It elevates all of the crazy, intense moments, or creates the perfect mood as you sit on the pier, watching the sun fade from one position to another. Breathtaking. Oh, but who needs that? I'd rather grind some rails, do flips, and soar through the air. You can even do tricks off Halfpipes. Wait, Halfpipes? I don't remember them being here. But I'm looking right at them. Where are the Halfpipes? So, Mario Kart Wii. I'm pretty sure almost everyone here has played it. It's not like it sold that well or anything, but Mario Kart Wii had the honor of introducing the trick system to the series. Give the controller a little bit of and the green man goes wahoo. It's not only stylish, but functional. What am I, selling you a handbag? By pulling off a trick, you're rewarded with a mini boost when hitting the ground. This all fits in well with the other addition of motorcycles. So Mario Kart kind of turned into motocross. And that's actually kind of cool. To really hammer home the extreme sports aspect, Halfpipes are super prevalent in Wii. At first glance, they seem kind of pointless to use. Yeah, you get a boost at the end, but at the cost of dropping positions. The upside is that there's more often than not an item box at the apex of the jump, creating a nice give and take when it comes to Halfpipes. Sacrifice a few placements to get an item box, if you aim right, or avoid it altogether and maintain your ranking, if you don't suck. Overall, Mario Kart Wii uses Halfpipes excellently. The courses are, a lot of the time, designed with them in mind. Tracks such as DK Summit, a course themed as a ski resort, makes Halfpipes fit in naturally. Other courses that use them more sparingly, like Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road, are still great examples of what can be done with them. Bowser's Castle very cleverly forces racers to engage with the Halfpipes by obstructing the straight path with an obstacle. Even if you avoid the massive fireball and keep going, there's a patch of mud that slows you down. Very deliberate choices when it came to the utilization of Halfpipes. Thumbs up. Unfortunately though, tricks didn't evolve in any way after that. If anything, they did, just backwards. The games following Wii, 7 and 8, what happened to 9? Did someone get a little hungry? Outright removed them, making up for the absence with fresh new ideas regarding movement. Mario Kart 7 had a clear focus on verticality with the glider and water sections, and with bikes no longer being present, Halfpipes didn't have a natural place in that game. Moving to 8, it kept the ideas from 7 and expanded on that with anti-gravity sections, furthering what could be done with track design. Once again, Halfpipes had no real relevance to these concepts, but the little holiday they took is really felt in tracks such as the Fat Man's Profiteering Scheme, a course taken from Wii. Skipping on forward to early 2022, the Booster Course Pass for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game was released for the Nintendo Switch family of systems. A DLC that, had Halfpipes. But there's a catch. The implementation isn't perfect. First off, the camera doesn't move in a way that retains visibility of the track, so when you come back down from the arc, the camera is pointing straight at the ground, leading to some very, unintuitive situations. The Halfpipes also lack the spectacle and weight they once had in Mario Kart Wii. Characters aren't given any new animations for launching off Halfpipes, most likely due to the nature of this being a relatively cheap DLC, and the airtime is noticeably shorter too. All of these nips and tucks compound on each other and create something inferior to what came before. That's not to wholly discredit the work that was done here. These hiccups are somewhat understandable as they were an addition to a game which was not designed with them in mind. Now I'm aware that these tracks and thus the Halfpipes came from Mario Kart Tour. However, that's a mobile game, and, ew. The tracks are functionally the same, so there isn't too much to discuss regarding the port from Tour to 8. In reality, there's only one meaningful change, and that's the feel of the Halfpipes. Satisfying is not a word I would use to describe Mario Kart Tour. I'm almost fighting the game trying to get these Halfpipes, so I do appreciate the upgrade going into the Booster Course Pass for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game for the Nintendo Switch family of systems. Anyway, what's up next? Oh hey, it's the game! Mario Kart World definitely pushes the boundaries of what a Mario Kart should be. The core movement has been fundamentally changed. There are more ways to express yourself and more complexity when it comes to traversing the tracks. Yes, you can stick to the ground and take that corner at an easy 30 kilometers an hour, but with experimentation and practice you can hone your moveset and do crazy, stylish things, all beautifully animated with expressive characters and designs. And know what else fits in with a mash of mechanics themed around parkour and skating? Halfpipes. So imagine my surprise when I realized just how few of them there are in the game. I can count the number of half-pipes that play a meaningful role in the tracks on one hand, and not one of those gross 5-fingered hands, ugh. Annoyingly, the majority of the half-pipes are placed off the main courses, meaning they can only be accessed in other game modes. Even then, some of them are purely for aesthetics. The half-pipes surrounding Mario Circuit have no genuine purpose. Wait, that's not true. There is one mission that uses them. All is forgiven. It's frustrating because I enjoy the sections that include half-pipes. At least the ones that aren't detours. Going down from Starview Peak to Wario Shipyard has a short area with half-pipes on either side, and in a game with so much chaos, using these to avoid items and other racers is a good use of the mechanic. Crown City has a small half-pipe at the entry to the alleyway. The theming makes it feel like a little skate park. An idea I feel could have been stretched further. From what I can remember, these are the only two standout moments of half-pipes. But why? The inclusion of half-pipes feels almost like an afterthought. It's an implementation that feels so half-baked. And at that point, I fail to understand why they were included. At least in the booster course pass for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game for the Nintendo Switch family of systems, some tracks necessitated half-pipes. If they really wanted them in Mario Kart World, why not take more tracks from the game that featured them? Or even significantly update other tracks to utilize them? I suppose that was done with Peach Beach, but come on, really? I feel an interesting use of half-pipes due to the more vertical nature of the tracks would be to have a half-pipe leading to a shortcut. Something that's actually been done previously. One time. I think. So I don't know, maybe we could expand on that a little bit. The Mushroom Cup helps you learn the new movement throughout the first 3 courses, culminating in DK's Spaceport, which tests you on each of these mechanics. One of the sections could have been dedicated to half-pipes, cementing them as a core aspect of the game. Just add some more half-pipes to Crown City and I feel like there really would have been something there. Choco Mountain, a course nearly rebuilt from the ground up with an entirely new aesthetic, would have been great for half-pipes. The theming is prime for more motocross style mechanics. In the Flower Cup on the route to Airship Fortress, you take a path down a river channel. I feel if the channel were tightened up, it would make a great spot for some half-pipes. A narrow section with racers flying everywhere, items getting thrown, it really would have ramped up the already chaotic nature of the game. Or let's get real crazy, swap out some tracks entirely. Who needs the unshitified version of Desert Hills? Throw in Dry Ruins. That bitch has tons of half-pipes, and it's a better track. Or, here's an idea that I hate, keep Desert Hills and amp up the hill aspect to where they're steep enough to act as half-pipes. Instead of what they actually did, which was bulldoze it for infrastructure, turning it into the perfect spot for an IKEA. There's an interesting dichotomy between new mechanics that are so integral to the track design and feel of the game, paired against an older mechanic that was haphazardly integrated into a few select moments. Where the half-pipes are incorporated, they're pretty good. You get a substantial amount of airtime and the camera slowly pans around so you can see where you're landing. Everything about them is done well, so their scarcity is kind of strange. And being a fan of where this mechanic originated, it's neat to see it return. There's a lot of potential combining it with the new parkour system, making my disappointment even greater. This was a case of, everyone say it with me, missed potential. The reason half-pipes weren't used to their fullest is anyone's guess. It's easy to theorize and say it's because of this or that, or someone's dog ate their computer, or someone forgot to save their work. Maybe they hit delete by accident. Hey everyone, it's me, Doodle. I really hope you enjoyed this shorter style of video. I realize that maybe having an entire year between episodes, isn't great. So my plan going forward is to alternate between full-fledged episodes and these smaller separate ones. They are not canon. Let's just call this the good timeline where nothing bad happens. And I'll try my best not to torture these guys too much. Anyway, see ya.